Hi everybody, going to go over a couple accessibility options for the Xbox, and I'm going to go over Narrator.
Starting Narrator, Settings window, Narrator on checkbox checked. Narrator is a screen reader that reads text, buttons, and other items on your screen out loud. Narrator works best with a keyboard. Some things may not be read with a controller. Narrator now uses a standard keyboard layout.
Okay, so this is on the Xbox. I do not have a control or a keyboard connected. And there's another way that you can turn this on and off manually, and I'll show that to you in just a moment.
Exiting Narrator.
And turn off Narrator. You heard the speed. That can be sped up. I just don't have it on for my general menu navigation unless I need it. Magnifier is the next thing. And here, I always have the magnifier turned on. That's the bottom left checkbox. And then I also turn on the follow controller focus. And that allows me to move where the narrator has zoomed into the screen. Okay, those are the two settings that I have there, and I'll show you how they work. Here I am just in regular controller mode. Again, I turned off narrator, so you won't hear me switch it, but I'm going to press this glowing button, this home button, twice in a row. 1, 2 is going to be how it's going to go. Now, when I use the right trigger, it's going to zoom. See how it's bringing my background into focus? Well, into field of view. And because I have that use the controller focus, I'm able to pan around a little bit as to what I see. Now, for this kind of scenario where I'm looking, it's not as helpful. But if I were to go into a menu, which is the B button here, and I can use my thumbsticks to navigate. Let's just take a look at... I need something that I can actually... Oh, I was just about to lean in to look because I'm still getting used to using the navigator to see what I selected here. And I selected the BB gun. Well, I want to keep my pistol equipped, so I'm going to switch back and select the pistol. And then I just use the left trigger, the opposite trigger, to pan back out and B to close as normal. Now what I cannot do while I'm in this particular mode is move my thumbstick left or right within the game. I have to be out of the magnifier to do that. So I'm going to press this glowing button twice again. And now I can move and play the game normally. Now if I didn't have magnifier on checked, whereas it's always available to me just in the background with that simple shortcut, I would have to press and hold the menu button, the glowing button. I'd have to press and hold it until it vibrated. And then if you can see at the bottom right, well, I can't cursor over to it, but it's press it's the little button on the left. I forget what they call it. The view button, maybe. It's the one with the two little boxes on it. I always remember it's 2 and 3. So if I can see the lines, then I know it's a 3. And if I can see the boxes, then I know it's a 2. I kind of gauge it on how much of the button I can see. One of them is for the magnifier and the other is for the narrator. So I could turn on the narrator this way.
Dialogue. No. Button. 1 of 3. Do you want to turn on Narrator? Narrator is a screen reader that reads text, buttons, and other items on your screen out loud. The keyboard for Narrator now uses a standard layout. Find out more in Settings Accessibility Narrator,
which is where I started out with the video. So the default option is no.
Yes.
Yes.
Button. No. Yes. Yes. Don't ask again. Button.
The
3
yes
of 3.
The yes don't ask again button basically would mean that it's just going to be on all the time whenever you start it
Yes.
up.
Button.
Yes
2
turns
of
it on
3.
until you turn it off.
No.
No
Button.
means don't
1
turn
of
it
3.
on.
Exiting Narrator.
But doing that same hold that down until you hold down the menu button until you feel it vibrate. The other button is the one that was the narrator was the one on the right. The one on the left, below that glowing button, is the magnifier. This zooming is the regular game feature. The right trigger isn't. So now when I push the home button or try to access narrator, it pulls up my menu, my home screen. So I'm going to hold down the menu button again and press the magnifier button again, which is the one on the left. Now I can zoom in again with the right trigger. And to get out of it, see, I can't fire my gun because I'm using the magnifier. So to get out of it, I'm going to double press, double tap that home button. And now, let me put my gun away so I don't accidentally waste a bullet. Now the right trigger is no longer zooming for me. It is functioning as it's supposed to within the game. As will everything. So there you go. That is a quick rundown on how to use the magnifier and how to quickly access it. So that's what I recommend, is using this as the double tap. If you just do it once, you can still get to your home screen if you need to exit out and go to your home screen and check your notifications or what have you. You can still do that by just pressing that home button once. Pressing it twice just toggles the magnifier on or off. That's it. I don't know how long that particular ability has been there. I've only known it to exist by having to go holding it down for it to vibrate, to go to that choose what you want to do screen and choose the narrator or the magnifier that way. And it's very cumbersome when you're trying to just flow through the game. In this way, it just becomes another button press, something to get used to. And I'm getting ready to start Fallout 3 pretty soon and attempt my video description, my descriptive video abilities, which aren't great, but I think it's important, such an iconic game, for people to understand what it's about. And the sunrise is just happening in the game, so it's a good time to get started. Thanks. I'll see you later.